All right, guys. So thanks for hopping on to we do these calls every single Monday. This is Adam Peterson here with DCI, Territory South Chicago, Central Illinois. But we love to get these calls every week to make sure you guys always have the best skills out there to help you get that cash money in sales. And today, our topic that we're going to be doing is kind of a refresher on Smile and Dial, something that, I think during our visits, we haven't been focusing on as much. And when we're doing kind of our dealer reviews, we're seeing these numbers are kind of down. So we want to make sure that we don't lose focus, we don't lose energy here when it comes to Smile and Dial. Should be part of your daily routine. And if you're new to Smile and Dial, we'll kind of break down kind of what it is, how it works. And to be honest with you, I think this, from what I heard, this program is going to be changing in the near future. I think it's going to have a different name. I haven't seen what that's going to look like. But I think that is coming, so I want to make sure we at least have some training on it now, and then if they change it up, we'll retrain on whatever the new version of Smile and Dial will be in our future.
I think that they changed the name already. It's called Elevate Calling right now, but I haven't seen a lot of changes yet. Just a name, and then there are also some the new call logs for the BTN activations as well. And it was actually announced this morning.
Very good. All right. Well, I guess my info is a little outdated already, but it should be the same process, same system, same way to access it. Just sounds like a little bit of a name change and some follow-up options. But let's just hop into kind of one part of Smile and Dial that we haven't talked about on these calls is the Elevate marketing piece. So very important, if you have access to Smile and Dial, there's two kinds of access you may have as a rep. You may be able to just make calls, or you may be able to make calls and do the Elevate marketing. So this is something that sometimes DCI will help send these marketing blasts out for you guys. But honestly, you should own this piece of it because it's such a huge opportunity. You're paying for this already. It allows you to send an email out to all your customers. So again, super crucial at point of sale. You guys are capturing accurate email addresses. Boost does keep track of that. If there's a store that has, say, 100 activations, they only have 30 email addresses, what's going on the other 70 customers that are coming in. And there's no excuse of, the customer doesn't have an email address, because every phone, if you have, a Gmail or if you're in the iTunes store, there is an email address that would be associated with that phone to get any app. So everyone should have an email. So make sure you guys are capturing these accurate emails, because not only is it good for our customers to be able to get the latest kind of promotions, but you'll be able to send them email blasts of maybe an Adeline or a back to school event, or if you guys are doing some kind of event for them where you're giving half off accessories on a weekend. There's a lot of different options when it comes to those email blasts, and they can also sometimes be text blasts. And you'll see when you're in the Elevate marketing piece, it'll tell you if this is an email going out to everybody or an SMS text message. In addition to that, you can have your own landing page for your store created, where you can have a big banner, make your store kind of stand out. And these are one-click things, guys. It's not like you're going in there, you're typing up. These offers are already pre-packaged. You basically select it, select your store, takes 5 seconds. This is super quick, super easy. So we want to make sure that you guys are doing that. If you do not have access, if you're in your Smile and Dial and you only have the call access, then you need to talk to your store manager, because they have access, or the store owner would have access. And if they are willing, they can change your permission so you can send those campaigns as well. I recommend, maybe having 1 or 2 people for each store having that capability. Or if it's an owner-operator store, or owner wants to do it themselves, more power to them that way. But what we see is a lot of months, it'll be the end of the month, and no one has sent out any text blasts. No one sent out any email blasts. The landing pages aren't created. So I think for the majority of dealers, this is a current miss and an easy opportunity for us to kind of fix. So I want to make sure that you guys are aware of that Elevate marketing piece that is in Smile and Dial. So what is the Elevate marketing landing page exactly? So that's for anyone who has Elevate, which is all of you guys. You'll have a landing page for each one of your stores on boostmobile.com. It'll have the store phone number, your address, your hours, and any social media your store may have. It's also where you can add store-specific promos. If you guys are running a specific promo, you can enter that in there. And then if any customer is looking at boostmobile.com for that closest store and it's your store, you'll have all that information at their fingertips. Any questions on that Elevate marketing piece before I move on to the Smile and Dial? Okay, no questions. So Smile and Dial, what exactly is it? One, they say smile is a verb, features into a pleased, kind, or amused expression, typically with the corners of the mouth turned up and the front teeth exposed. Dial is a call using a keypad or touchscreen. Smile and Dial is the amazing tool included in the Elevate marketing platform that allows you to put on a happy face and reach out to your customers. Now, the thing about this, people, you can hear a smile through a phone. Like if I'm talking to you guys and I got a smile on my face, you can usually hear that, even on these calls, even though you can't see my face. And customers can see that as well. When you have that smile, you have that enthusiasm, that energy does transfer to the people you're talking to. So that's kind of why they called it Smile and Dial, right? If you have kind of just a plain face on, you're like, hey, I just wanted to tell you we have Adeline offer for your store today. It's going to be droll, boring, and you're not going to get that engagement. So kind of having that enthusiasm, having that smile on your face does transfer over to your customers. So that Smile Now system allows you guys to legally reach out to your customers, which is huge because our competitors don't have this, and this allows us to reach all of our competitors via the Griffin Dialer, which scrubs the national do not call list or do not contact list before each call, and it keeps you compliant with the state and federal laws. There was a time back when Boost was owned by Sprint. They got hit with I want to say $700,000 in fines because stores were calling customers that were on the DNC list, and it happened, I think it was like a $10,000 fine per violation. So it's serious, right? So that's why it's really important you guys are using the Smile and Dial tool correctly, and you're using that Griffin Dialer correctly, and you're never just directly dialing that phone number when it pops up to you. You think about the big advantage of Smile and Dial. If you consider that old proverb, you give a person a fish, they'll eat for a day. You teach a person to fish, and they'll eat for a lifetime. Well, using that Smile and Dial enables you to actively fish for customers instead of waiting on them. So you can call and drive business to your location. So instead of just waiting for someone to come in, you're on a slow time, get on that Smile and Dial and drive that traffic into your door. Especially if you're a store that maybe only has one rep working at a time or two reps working at a time, where you can't get outside of your four walls and really do sign spinning or pass out flyers to customers walking by because you're the only one there. That's your huge opportunity to get that money and make those calls and get those customers to come into you. So you're not just sitting there, just cleaning all day waiting for someone to come in. So that outbound calling has several benefits. The number one, of course, is for you and your store driving that third month retention. So Smile and Dial specifically segments customers, so you're the first one reaching them in the crucially important 90 days after activation. By talking to your customers regularly in those 90 days, you're building a loyal customer base that's more likely to return on their third month and beyond. And we all know how important third month retention is, especially if you're a store that is a platinum partner and wants to continue being a platinum partner, or if you are a dealer that's striving to be a platinum partner in the near future. So again, when do you want to use it or why use it? It drives those same day sales on a slow or no sales day with the calls to action. It keeps your customers coming in longer by increasing your second and third month retention. It improves relationships with customers through communication, drives upselling and referrals, and you can set appointments with the customers who like to take advantage of your offers, and you stay connected with your customers. There's a lot of Boost stores out there, so you want to make sure that customer comes back to you each and every time. All right, so now there's a quick video I want to play for you guys here from the Boost training team on Smile and Dial.
When I was a student, I'd write long essays that I'd work on for days, but now I'm writing.
There we go.
If only there was a way I could get more sales. I might be able to help you with that. Whoa! It's my favorite Boost training manager, Benny Lopez. Thank you for the introduction. Let's talk about Smile and Dial. In this video, I'm going to show you how to maximize your time while smiling and dialing. Once you open up Smile and Dial, you'll pick your store and use the dashboard to analyze your customer base. What are your goals for the day? Are you looking to move inventory? Maybe a specific phone accessory? How about increase Adeline? Now that you have an idea of your strategy, let's navigate to the call manager to select your store and begin choosing your subscriber list. Use these filters to put your plan in action. Maybe you're looking to target phone types to pitch accessory sales to bring in traffic, or looking for a certain type of upgrade. How about pitching add-a-line to specific single-line subscribers? Not bilingual? No problem. You could even filter language preferences. Now it's time to call your customers. Here, we'll learn more about their attributes, check out the national and local offers available, scripts included, and be able to call using detailed instructions. And don't forget to disposition your successful call. You can even make an appointment with a specific reason so you could stay organized and ready when the customer comes in. So how does this video help boost your game? We showed you how to utilize the filters in Smile and Dial to put your sales plan in action. We learned about using the customer attributes and national and local offer scripts to ensure that you have a successful call. We learned about dispositioning your call and setting an appointment with a specific reason so you could stay organized and ready when the customer comes in. And that's how you maximize your time smiling and dial.
All right. Thank you, Benny. So you guys, some of the key takeaways here, want to make sure that you heard Benny talk about there was when you're doing Smile and Dial, you can sort by different methods like phone offer or the phone the customer has, or you can sort by the rate plan. Now, when could this be really important? Think about ACP, right? You sort by rate plan for those customers who are on a $50 plan. Any of those customers who are on a $50 plan, you can do a Smile and Dial call with an exceptional pitch. Hey, this is Adam over at Boost on Main Street. You got your iPhone SE from us. Just want to give you a courtesy call and check and see how's your service working? Everything working good? Right. So in my introduction right there, I haven't even got to my sales offer yet. What I've done is I made sure they know that I am the store they purchased their phone from. I gave them my name, so I don't sound like a bill collector. I told them they got their phone from me, and I told them what phone they have. And I'm setting this up as a courtesy call just to check and see how their service is, because that's going to be a wow factor for your customers. So they're just checking in to see how I'm doing. Oh, I'm doing fine, I'm doing great. And then once you get that, it's kind of like an easy icebreaker, makes them feel good. Then you pivot to your pitch. Hey, I just want to let you know, I see you're on a $50 rate plan right now. We actually have an amazing ACP program that's out there. Do you by chance get SNAP, WIC, Medicaid, any of those programs? And if they say yes, okay, what if I told you, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, I can keep your bill at $50 and you can have a second line of service, but that bill will stay the same, right? That's an easy sale. And I've done it by sorting by the plan the customer is on, because ACP, the primary is $20. Add-a-line, $30. So again, you're at 50. Now, truly, when they're in your store, it's going to be 57 because we are going to add protection onto that ACP line. But that's for you to close when they're in your door, but you can get them in saying, hey, same $50 price point, you're getting 2 lines of service. And even if they say, no, they don't, you can still tell them about that offer. Oh, you don't? Okay, well, if you did, I was going to be able to get you a second line of service. But if you have any family or friends, please let them know, because this is an amazing offer out there if they get SNAP, WIC, or Medicaid, where they can get phenomenal savings on a line of service. Tell them to come in and see us. And then you pivot to your second sale. And even though you don't qualify for ACP, there is another amazing offer right now. If you need to add a line of service, I can get you a $200 phone for as low as $15. Is there anyone in your family who might need to add a line of service? So what am I doing there, right? I've taken the first note and I'm readjusting my pitch to the add line, because everyone's going to be eligible for an add line. And I give a high price and then a low price. So I would say this $200 phone for as low as $15. That again creates a wow factor. Is there anyone in your family who might need an extra device? And then you'll say yes, no. You can set an appointment and disposition your call. So that's the ideal way on how I use Smile and Dial, really for every bucket I'm calling, unless I'm really calling to drive that third month engagement because my third month's low. And I'm still going to give that pitch, same pitch. Then at the end, I'm just going to remind them, hey, by the way, your bill's due on the 30th. So make sure you come in and see us. If you have any interruptions in service, thank you for being a Boost customer. Right? So the requirements for Smile and Dial. You have to be using Elevate, which I think everyone is these days. Even multi-carrier stores now are getting signed up with Elevate. If you're a rep, to have your own login, you have to have a star login, which your Boost field team can create for you. And you need to complete 2 trainings, a DNC training, which is a do not contact training, and a smile and dial training. Once those are done, you will be eligible to have your own login to make your own smile and dial calls. The call groups are broken down into welcome and pre 2nd month check-in, your 3rd and 4th month check-in, pre 6th month check-in, your loyalty boxes for customers who've been with you from 6 months to 2 years, customers who've been with you from 2 years to 5 years, that's your silver loyalty, and then your gold loyalty, which is customers that have been with you 5 years or longer. So awesome ways to keep in touch with all of your customers. And you think about anyone that's like in that loyalty options, those customers may have never even heard about ACP. So in your welcome call and your pre-2nd month check-in, that's really kind of where you're pushing for add lines and maybe ACP. Hopefully you capture those in store, but you never know what happens in a customer's life from 1 month to another. And then the 3rd and 4th month, obviously you want to make sure they're getting those bills paid, especially for month 3. And then all those loyalty boxes, those customers, they're your customers, guys. These are your leads loaded in here are customers who purchased from your store. There was a short window of time when you were getting leads from National Retail. This is back when we were having the yellow SIM cards switch to the orange SIM cards, and National Retail's leads were coming into your system. But now it's pretty much all leads that are from your store. And this is updated weekly. So if you are able to complete all your calls, that's great, but don't think you're done for the month. Check in the following week and see, because you could have new leads that have loaded in. That makes those outbound calls. If you were online with us right now, you kind of saw the video of where to find this. If you're just dialing in, I'll kind of spell it out for you. It's going to be on the left-hand side of Elevate. You're going to have your navigation pane, the panel that has like your dashboard, your profile, your digital signage, your promotions, all that. Well, what you're going to do is you're going to click on outbound calling, and then you're going to click on call manager. Once you do that, you'll see select a location. So if you're a store that only has 1 location, you'll select that store. If you're a dealer that has 7, 8, 9, 10 stores, 50 stores, you'll hit the drop box and you'll select that store that you are currently in, or the store that you want to make those calls for, which should be the store you're currently in, obviously because you're there and you want to drive those sales to you. Then you're going to select your call group. So depending on what box you are looking to call, it'll give you a dialog box that says generate lists. So you can see potential customers previously called within the group. So those are customers that maybe you called the first time and they didn't answer, and you dispositioned as did not reach attempt 1. Or customers that have never been called. You click on the generate list button and you'll see a list of all those customers. Now it's here where you'll see the box on top that has those filters where you can search by phone type, plan, network, etc. And so I talked about searching for that $50 plan under plan type. That's one great way to hunt and fish effectively. Also, by phone type can be really good because you can look who has a really old phone that's out there, and you'll be surprised at some of these devices customers have. Those are great calls to make to pitch an upgrade to that customer. Now, once you find the customer you want to call, you'll see under the actions, it'll say call by all of these customers. You click on that call button to start the call. And once you do that, you'll see the number pop up, but it'll be X'd out. It'll give you like the last 4 digits, but it won't give you that full phone number. When you click on show number, that's when that full number will pop up to you. Now, just a couple things here. When you're on the screen, you click on show number, and that full number pops up. You cannot dial that number directly. You need to make sure you go through the Griffin Dialer steps, what we'll get into next. But I also just wanted to point out too that under that customer number, this is where you're going to see what phone that customer has, what rate plan they're on, when their next MRC due date is. It'll tell you if they have Boost Shield, and there is a box that says customer from a nearby closed door, because again, I told you there was a time where they were sending like National Retail or whatever to your store, or a store that was nearby that maybe closed down, where they send you those leads. They would tell you yes, that that was from a different store, or no, meaning they are your own customers. So once you click on that show number, you need to follow the call instructions. So you're always going to dial the 800 number to the Griffin Dialer first. So that's, you'll see call instructions. Using the approved device, call the Griffin service at 877-489-0322. That's how every single one of your Smile and Dial calls should be made. Let me reiterate that. Every single call you make through Smile and Dial needs to go through this 877 number first. Never dial the number directly. Why? Because that's what scrubs against the do not call list. That's what makes sure your store never has any fines. So you call the 877 number, and then you're going to be prompted, please enter the PIN. Now the PIN is going to be a unique number right below the call instructions. In the box we have open right now, it's 816788. So you'd enter that 816788 followed by pound. Then it'll say, please enter your campaign ID. You'll see in the call instructions, after your PIN, enter your campaign ID, which is always 20 followed by pound. Once you do that, it'll have you dial the customer's number. So the full steps, you dial the 877-489-0322. It'll say enter your PIN, which is always unique. In this case, 816788 pound. Enter your campaign ID, 20 pound. It'll tell you please dial the number. Then you dial the customer's number. So let's say 555-555-5555 pound. Okay. Sounds like a lot of steps. You know, it takes 15 seconds. You do one or two of these, you'll get it down real quick. It's not time consuming. It's quick and easy. You just want to make sure you're doing it correctly. And you may be like, well, that's a lot of pins and stuff to enter. Guys, it's a piece of cake. So you enter those in. Once you dial the customer's number, your store phone number will show up on the customer's screen, even though you're dialing that 877 number. It will show your store phone number every time, which is great because sometimes you'll get a voicemail where you can leave them a quick message. And like if I got a voicemail, hey, this is Adam from Boost on Main Street. I want to give you a courtesy call, check and see how that iPhone 11 you have is working right now. Also want to let you know we have a great add-line promotion. I get you a $200 phone for as low as $15. If there's any family who needs a device, give us a call back. Thanks so much for being a customer of Boost. And I see your MRC date is on the 31st, so I can't wait to see you in store soon. Have a great day. Bye. Then you hit pound, you disposition the call on the phone, and you disposition the call in the computer as well. There are call scripts on there. So you can use the call scripts. I tend to always want to make it my own and give my own kind of flavor to it. You guys will find what works best for you.
If he will come back again, call us.
Okay, so you might need to put your phone on mute. But there's a call script out there. Make sure you guys if you personalize it, you don't want to just read this and sound like a robot. So if you go right off the call script, hi, my name is Adam, and I'm calling from Boost Mobile at Main Street. I'm giving you a call today to welcome you to Boost Mobile. You're going to sound like a robot, right? So you want to make it your own, make it fluid. The more you work at it and practice that, you'll get your pitch down perfect, right? Then it'll have your national offers there for you as well. So you can pick any of those offers. And then again, at the very end of the call, you always have to disposition it. So what that means is once the customer hangs up, you'll hear, please disposition your call. So let's say you set an appointment, you would hit 4 pound. Now on the bottom of the screen for Smile and Dial, there's a drop box for dispositioning as well. You have to click on that and then click on the option. So if you set an appointment, you'd hit number 4 on there as well. Now on the appointment one, it's a little different because then there's going to be a step to what date is that appointment at, so you can actually see all the appointments you've made for your store. Otherwise, if it was like did unanswer the first time, you'll hit did unanswer 1, so it'll be 1 pound on the phone as well as option 1 on the drop box. Submit it, and then boom, that call is done. Then you start the process over with the new call. Make sure you hang up between every single call. You may notice if you do a Smile and Dial call and you press pound after you disposition it, they'll say, please dial the number. One of the things that a lot of dealers do in air is they just dial that next number. They don't go to the Griffin Dialer steps anymore. They figure they've done it once and it says dial the number, and they go ahead and make the next call. You can't do that. You must hang up between every call. It will show that how many calls your store made, and it will show how many were not dispositioned correctly. So Boost will have visibility. If you try to do that, you'll get called out on it for sure. You need to hang up between every call. So why is that even an option, right? It was a question I always had. Well, Griffin tool is primarily for outbound call centers. We're just lucky to have an option to do it. So if you're like at an outbound call center and you're doing outbound calls all day, they have a little bit of different rules. Once they're in there, they're good. We're different on the booth side. We have to hang up. But so that's why when the Griffin Dialer was built for those call centers, they would be okay to do it that way, but not for us in wireless. We do have to hang up between every single customer. If a customer tells you, don't contact me anymore, put me on the do not call list, you'll see there is an option for that as well. It says customer has to be added to the DNC. So it would be £0 on the phone and then option 0 in the disposition box. Or there's also a do not contact direct number that you could enter in Elevate as well. But that'll disposition that and it'll remove that lead for you. All right, so a quick recap, we talked about the Elevate marketing, the Smile Dial program, Smile Dial requirements, as well as how to place and disposition those outbound calls. Best practices, again, smile when you're making those calls. That smile is contagious. Set time every day to make your outbound calls. The goal is 20 per day. I say minimum 10, but your goal should be 20 per day. Hang up after every call is completely dispositioned. Establish that rapport with your customers by introducing yourself as a local boost rep before offering them anything. Check your call groups often as they are updated. This says updated daily. I know they are for sure weekly. And if the customer wishes to be added to the DNC list, we are legally obligated to add them. This can be done through the disposition process or through that do not contact link in Elevate Marketing. All right, guys, that is it for today. I'll open it up. Are there any questions out there? All right, no questions. Thank you guys so much. Have a fantastic day. Have a great week selling. We'll talk to you next Monday. Thank you.